Okay, this is a brief argument for why Daniel 9:27 has to be Jesus. If you think he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week, is not Jesus, but the he is referring back to this guy. There's a problem. This is a personal pronoun, but the subject of this sentence is the people who are of the prince. The prince isn't the subject, it's the people. This would be they, if this referred to this subject. But even if this is some other prince besides Messiah the prince, this he is still referring to the singular, this guy, according to Hebrew grammar, English grammar as well. And okay, let's just say it's kind of sloppy. You really want an antichrist for some reason here, even though the prophecy is for 70 weeks. Fine, we'll say that's Titus and the Roman army, even though that doesn't make sense that this doesn't say they, because it's speaking of the people that do the destruction, not the prince himself. Or at minimum, all the prince and the people, which would still be a they. So, okay, fine. This is Titus and the Roman army. And the he refers to the prince. Fine. Okay. Are you saying this is fulfilled in 70 AD? Because he, the prince, is Titus, if that's the interpretation. He came and went already. So your 70th week is gone anyway. I mean, how wonky do you want to get with this? You've already taken it away from the 70 weeks in order. We already know that the 70th week, Jesus came and confirmed the new covenant, and halfway through the week, he was cut off, which it already says up here, cut off. The Messiah is cut off. We know Jesus was cut off in the middle of the week that would be after the 69th week. So there's like 3 layers of why this doesn't make sense. You detach the week. And here's the other problem. If this is the Antichrist, and Jesus is just cut off after the 69th week, guess what? The things that he was going, the things listed that would be accomplished in the 70 week time period, if you put breaks in there, and Jesus is cut off after the 69th week, but not, the 70th week hasn't commenced, he did not do that with inside of the 70 weeks that you've broken up. He's now in the period where he's not part of the prophecy anymore. So what is this Antichrist in some far off flung time, way past the 70 weeks, because there's an interval? Well, if you're going to put intervals in there, you have to accept that you've just put Jesus outside of the 70 weeks. So how could he determine within the 70 weeks the things mentioned in verse 24? You've not only made Jesus the Antichrist, made the time prophecy moot, but you've denied Jesus bringing the new covenant within the 70 weeks as God said. I can't think of a worse mistake, to be honest. Change your mind. You're wrong.